I made an offhand remark to Coach Key the other day that when you look out there and you see Gene, you see a tight end, and what I meant was physically you look like a tight end. I mean, you compared to 3 years ago and stuff, you feel like a tight end now, for one of another term.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think kind of heard about it. To Key's point, from the moment I stepped in there. I've been a tight end. I've been a tight end. That's the mindset I took on. I understand where you're coming from. Me coming in at initially 210 pounds to where I'm at now, it is a dramatic change. But yeah, man, I'm part of the unit. More of a tight end than ever, and ready to roll.
Well, not only that, you're the leader of the room. I mean, does it feel like that? And then number two, what's the responsibility there?
I'd say the responsibility is, first and foremost to lead by example. I can sit there and I can say all the things that I want to say, talk up a storm, but at the end of the day, you got to work the work. You got to do what you're supposed to do, and I think that's going to ultimately lead guys in the right direction. So that's just the thing that I've been kind of taking on the most is just lead by example.
Yeah. Get up to the microphone. And one of the quickies, from a blocking standpoint, it looked to me like you had a good year last year. I mean, you know what I mean? As you look back on the analysis, how far have you come in that realm?
Yeah, I've came a long way. It's a very, I'd argue to say tight end is probably the most developmental position on the field. It takes a long time to get around to it. It takes a lot of work, and I think it's a full process. It's not something that it's a 1 year turnaround or a 6 month turnaround. You come in, you try to just catch it on the fly. It's something that takes a lot of time and attention. I'm just thankful for my great coaching staff and a great unit around me. Guys from back then, starting off with Ruck and those guys to Cade. I think there's been a great example for the way that you're supposed to attack blocking and being a tight end here at Ohio State. And I've been just thankful to be able to have that example.
Hey, by the way, what do you weigh now? 235, 240?
About 245.
245. What's it been like?
Yeah, Will's been great, man. He's been good. He's been somebody that's came in humble and is ready to work. That's been like the only words that I have for him. Not a man of just many words, but he's here to work, and he's done just that. And we're glad to have him.
You learned a lot from him as far as blocking. Just kind of his calling card. Like, I know you guys work on.
Sorry, Bill, you missed 4 guys.
Anything, but also that's what he's known for. You guys learned a little bit. You guys learned a little bit from him, the blocking drills.
Yeah, I think essentially that's the culture of our room. When we come off the ball violent, we're still looking to swing as hard as we can. We'll clean up the details after. And so that's kind of our mindset going into it. And yeah.
You had a pretty good year for blocking last year. How hard is it though, like, to know that you used to be a receiver, so you're a pass catcher? In reality, like, you're a blocker, you can do it. Like, how hard is it to kind of change the perception of what you are? I know you guys don't pay attention to, like, outside noise, but also a lot of people say, G. Scott, he catches the ball, but, like, really pretty good blocker.
Yeah, I'd say it starts off with, like you kind of got to, it starts off with tuning out the outside noise and what other people have to say about it. And it's really more of a mindset. I kind of look at it as it's like a drop in a bucket. If I got a big bucket, there's no one thing I'm going to do to make this bucket full. It's a daily thing where I put one drop in a day. And you look back over a year, 2 years, 3 years, you look back and be like, man, I've gotten a lot better. And so, like I said, I'm just very thankful for the unit. The guys that I have around me push me very hard, and I'm just thankful.
You mentioned the development kind of being really hard at tight ends. What was the most challenging part for you in terms of developing into the players you are?
Yeah, I'd say definitely the size component. You got to be someone that's willing to. You got to be big. You got to be strong. You got to be fast. There's a lot of jobs that you have to do. It's a very asking job. You need to block some of the biggest guys in the field, but also run routes off some of the smallest guys in the field. And so I've been just thankful just to be out here and do exactly that.
What was it like to get that shot the other day in front of the pro scouts? Just run routes, catch balls.
Oh yeah,
show off.
Yeah, no, it was a good opportunity. I think some of the big, reasoning behind it was just kind of giving those guys out there that were at pro day. We had limited numbers, so just get out there and give those guys a breather. But any opportunity you get to go out there in front of scouts, I think it's a pretty good deal.
And your take on the quarterbacks to this point, the quarterback battle is going on. What's been your take on Will, for example, getting to know him? Yeah. And then and of course Devin.
I think the mindset that we embody around here is ironing, sharpening iron. And so that's kind of like, it's not just one room, it's from top to bottom throughout this whole team. No matter what position you are, we're here to work. And I think we're all here to make each other better. Whether it's in a quarterback room, a tight end room, a running back room, offense versus defense, coach versus coach. it doesn't matter. We're all just iron and sharpen iron, especially this time of year in spring ball. We're not doing too much game planning for next week, which we're really just spending this time to get better and build a good foundation for ourselves and something to work on moving forward.
Have you seen Will Howard fitting in more and more as the practices have gone on? Getting to know everybody and all that kind of. I mean, I know he's been here for a while. What's up?
Yeah, no, I think as time goes, no matter where you are, you start to adapt and you start to get used to what we got going on here, and so it's good to have him.
Thanks, Jake.
Yeah. What's it been like?
Yeah, just that process of learning patience, switching positions, that whole thing.
I'd say when it comes to that, I think it's all the glory to the Lord, and I decided to give my life completely to the Lord a little over a year ago, and that kind of really changed my outlook on the way that I approach football. It's no longer something that I idolize, it's just something that I do. And I think from the time in my life where I stopped, compartmentalizing who God was in my life, God wasn't just something that I do on Sundays or something that I do in a Bible study. It went from what I do to who I am, and so now I embody that as who I am. And so some of the fruits of the Spirit is peace, patience, and kindness. And so those are the kind of the things that I've started to embody on this journey. I think it's easy to kind of compartmentalize football away from faith, but ultimately it's all one. It's all one. So it's given me a spirit of patience, peace, and joy with the guys around me. And so I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be here. But like just being quite honest, I know for a fact I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And I know on the outside looking in, you may ask well, where are you right now? But I wouldn't be where I'm at, right now if it wasn't for my, relationship with the Lord. He truly came into my life and, he changed it around for the better.
G, what did you see from Bennett Christian last year? How did he handle that suspension, and how did he work through that?
Yeah, I think he did a great job. A lot of perseverance. I think that's, no matter who you are, when you kind of hear news like that you're going to be out for a year, that's hard. No matter where you are. One thing I'm really proud of him because he came up and he came to show up every single day, and he got better. He got better. The easy thing to do in that kind of situation is to throw in the towel and be like, man, forget this, or I'll get better next year. But I saw the drive at him. One thing I seen out of him every day, he showed up and he got better. And I'm proud of Bennett and I'm proud of this unit.
Last question.
When did you feel like you really became in your heart?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that question, because if you go from one unit to another unit, the moment you trade units, you're no longer in the unit you were initially in. So you're now a tight end. And so, to answer that question, I think the time that I went from in the receiver unit to the tight end unit is the moment I became a tight end.
On the field, like you still think receiver, you think
No. Okay, yeah, Kevin Wilson, Coach Wilson was my coach. Coach Hartline was my coach when I was a receiver. It's just different. I mean, it's two different roles. I think I'd say to answer that question, the moment that I decided to come to play tight end was the moment I became a tight end. And so now over the years I've gotten better at playing the position, but the moment that I transferred over, I've been a tight end, and I'm excited to be a tight end. Another position I'd rather play. Go Buckeyes.
All right. Thank you, G.
Yep.
Yeah.